it's very easy to get a proposal for $100,000 or $300,000 on a major mechanical upgrade. It's a lot harder, but I would argue a lot more effective to identify the 100 different small energy efficiency opportunities that you could implement at no cost or perhaps a very low cost. So the first step is getting the right people in the right room, and it's setting the expectation, because the expectation is that we're going to get very deep into the weeds, very, very detailed. We're going to be talking about scheduling, we're going to be talking about nighttime energy use and daytime energy use, winter energy use and summer energy use, and we look at that through the lens of our analytics programs, which I'll show you a slide about in a couple of minutes. And it's setting the expectation that we are not looking for solutions that cost $50,000. We're looking for solutions that cost $0. And it's uncovering the solutions that people just haven't thought to identify. So we do that in a number of different ways. We developed an energy scavenger hunt. This is one illegible page of a 10-page document that is very pedantic and very non-innovative. So these are standard things like asking, what are the runtime hours of the HVAC system in your lobbies? Are you running your lobbies 24/7 if your lease hours only require you to heat and cool the lobby 70 hours a week? Are you running your gyms 24/7 even though when we look at the security records, people only use it 80 hours a week? Are your stairwell heaters set for 75 degrees if nobody uses your stairwells, or should they be set to 50 degrees so that your pipes don't freeze? So these are what I think are very exciting, interesting questions. I think a lot of people find them very boring and pedantic, but they actually yield real value because they often aren't asked because people, one is, they're kind of small, people consider them insignificant. But the other thing is that they get just lost in the background of people's everyday work. So our whole program is focused on these things like, can you start the building even 15 minutes later? And we have a whole analytics program to help identify what time a building ought to start. But, speaking on Lisa's point, Lisa just talked about on-demand Saturdays. So one of the things we do is we pull the leases for all of the tenants in our building, and we see what time our least required HVAC hours are. And a lot of our property managers don't do that, or don't do it enough, because it has to be done regularly as tenants turn over. So we have on-demand Saturdays, like Lisa mentioned, at a lot of our buildings. We had one tenant who was always complaining about this on-demand Saturday HVAC program because we'd shut off the building on Saturday to save energy, and they would complain. They'd say, "Oh, turn it back on, we need HVAC because our people are in the building Saturday." So when we rolled out this program and we started flipping through the lease, that tenant did not have Saturday lease hours, which was a great find and a very quick end to a prolonged argument over the last year or two.